Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin here on Saturday. It's a typical Saturday. Like Saturdays, it's only 2 more working days really, but so anyway, there's not much going on Saturday. This could certainly still be an Elliott Wave triangle of some sort. I mean, it could be ready to break out to the downside, but you shouldn't really expect that too early. With triangles, they can always extend out. And it looks to me that we haven't seen the D wave. Well, we could possibly say this was the D wave. Yeah, this was the E wave. It sometimes happens when you have the. It sometimes happens when you have the AC line that at the end of such a triangle, just before the breakout, the E wave does slightly go beyond the AC line, but would not go beyond the C wave. That is the situation we have at the moment. So, and we have reacted, let's say, bearishly to it, but it's too early to say this is breaking out. As per this count, it has broken the D wave low, which is the first indication that such a breakout is coming, but it's not a confirmation. So it's too early, especially because it's out of shape. The B wave is very long. The D wave is very short. So yeah, I wouldn't, this is purely something because I sometimes get messages of people who like to see those micro counts because it helps them to understand what could be going on, and it helps them to make their own decisions. But again, this could also simply be a WXY pattern, for example. So with triangles, we need to be careful, especially because this looks a bit out of shape. But yeah, you can connect those highs, you can connect those lows, you get enough touch points. Here you've got 2 on the lower end, maybe even 3 with that touch point. And here we've got that overshooting E wave. Certainly can be a triangle. This is a moment where I would be ready for a breakout to the downside, but again, we won't know until it breaks below the B wave and it's far away. Could also be possibly here WXY pattern with the Y wave still to come to the upside, where we would say, okay, in terms of the Y wave, how would that subdivide? Where you could say the move up here could be an A wave. We might now be coming down in an ABC pattern in a B wave. So yeah, maybe like that would be a B wave, right? And then the move up would be a C wave of Y. So leading to the 38.2 Fib level. So I'm just showing you potentials. Micro counts, especially in a corrective wave structure, we always need to be flexible with them. Biggest benefit here the Elliott waves give us is to understand that we are certainly not in an impulse, we are in a correction, and that as we're getting here squeezed into the apex of this triangle, we need to be ready for a move. Now again, if that move happens here to the upside, it could be this WXY, but then we need to be ready at the 38.2 retracement that it comes down from there, yeah, or at the latest the 50% level. If it breaks above that, then we have something more bullish going on, and I wouldn't count this as I do it here at the moment. In this way, we would then need to modify the count, but it might not change the overall assumption of one more low to come. We would need to look at the structure then, but for now, price action suggests to us that one more low is coming, at least one more low, maybe even 2 lows. And I highlighted to you earlier today that one breakout target of this triangle would take us sort of into the 21,930 level. That's where it would take us based on the length of the or the height of the triangle, adding it to the end of the E wave. Now again, we don't have a confirmation. We don't really know where the E wave ends or has ended, and if it has ended yet. Because we haven't got an impulsive breakout to the downside. Normally, when you are ending a triangle and you are ready to break out, well, when the triangle breaks, it's normally a quick move, a very quick move. So, and it tells us typically a triangle is sort of the last wave of a pattern, not the last wave of a pattern, but the move before the last wave. In this case, depending on how I would count it, I would rather say it is the last wave of the third wave then that's coming afterwards. And then we should get another 4 and a 5. That's my best reading of this. Possibly rather like that, yeah, but it doesn't make a great difference. If I count it like that, I would even Ah, no, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, it can be counted different ways, but that's why micro counting is less reliable. As there are two likely options, either one more low or two more lows. I think that's a pretty clear comment. And as long as we stay below 22,784, further downside is expected as per this count, with a strong support area here around the 21,550 level, going down all the way to 20,300. So we've got a strong confluence of support there. We've got the 1-to-1 ratio of the A wave and the C wave here. We have the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement of the move that started back in November to the 16th of February high. We've got here another 38.2 Fib level based on the assumption that this could still be a fourth wave. We've got the 50% Fib levels down here at around 20,300. So there is a lot of support, and the structural wave 4 low here as well at around 21,350. That's why I did say we've got different scenarios that all point into this area down there. This is rare. Because most of these scenarios show a confluence and a cluster of support levels down here. You don't see that too often. That normally gives an opportunity to speculate for a turnaround in these areas. There's also a situation where I wouldn't try to be too picky on, which one is exactly the count. Is it wave 4 currently still unfolding? Is it already the wave 2? Is it something else? Don't be too picky there. Just make it easy for yourselves and scale into support. I think that is at least what I'm doing. Of course, no financial advice, but there is a possibility after one more low or two more lows, might happen tomorrow, might happen Monday, that we are going to see a turnaround there. At least some kind of a reaction in the region between 21,540 all the way down to maybe around about 20K. So wouldn't be too concerned about maybe $100 plus or minus. I would here leave it a bit more space, a possible long trade or a series of long trades, because it's all about scaling in my opinion. Not being, not trying to be concerned or pissed off if you miss a trade, or if your entire position doesn't get filled. That's not a problem. Yeah, at least you have foot in the door there, but eventually you need to decide that. But we've got that possibility here to scale into this support area, and it helps. Starting to scale in helps to not feel bad about missing a trade, because you have a foot in the door. Of course, it can drop through. We have to say that as well. If it drops through, then we have a pretty clear view that either then it can basically only be we are in the wave 2 already, which is one of the key scenarios at the moment, or we are heading back into the bear market. But that's the question that will only be really looked at if we go below 20K. Until then, I would expect a bounce here. So this is a pretty high probability setup in my opinion, and don't try to be too picky to get the lowest price or whatever. I think it's just about scaling in here and letting the market do its thing. At least that's my strategy here. And then scaling out in resistance, maybe when we then reach the sort of 25K area, but not scaling out everything, So yeah, learn not to feel bad about not having your entire position filled when scaling in. I mean, that's pure trading wisdom. And it's a pretty high probability turnaround area there. And we've got confluence with altcoins as well, because a lot of them are in their support areas as well. A lot of them still have a bit more space to the downside as well. So I think we have a really good possibility. It's going to be interesting, I think, in the next few weeks. It's going to be really interesting. Okay, that's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.